But what if you're wrong? What if homeschooling is wrong? What if it's the wrong choice and you made a big mistake and your kid is 12, 15, 16, 18 and they're saying, well, Dad, why did you do this to me? Everybody else has excelled. Everybody else is so and so. Why? You were so ignorant. You were so into your own ways of thinking or your perspective of life that you've implemented and you've imposed that on me and it's ruined me. Now, is it a possibility? Of course. I'm not going to say no. Is it probable? Inshallah, it's not. I don't believe it is. You see, because I didn't go into this out of ignorance. I didn't go into this out of stubbornness. My wife and I both looked at this quite heavily. We studied the pros and cons of each system, right? We looked into our perspectives of reality. We looked into what Islam teaches us. We looked into a mindset philosophy, and we purified our intention as best we can. You see, everything we do in life has risks, right? You get into a relationship. Should you marry that person? Well, what if it's risky? What if they turn out to be awful? What if you have a kid and that person is awful? What if the kid is awful? What if something happens? You never know. Everything is risky. Even Jim Rohn said this. He said, everything is risky. Even life is risky. You don't come out of it alive. SubhanAllah. So everything has a risk. Now the difference is either you make a random choice, something like gambling, or you make an informed decision, which gives you a much better probability of success. And the difference is, one is you research, you learn, you understand before you actually take action. And one is you just act on a whim. And you say, oh, that looks like an interesting opportunity. Let's jump on that train. And I can't do that to my children. I can do that in other things. I don't agree with it. But if I wanted to, I could, for example. Let's just put some money in there and see if that works, which again is gambling. And I don't recommend it. But when it comes to kids, my point is that's a super double, triple red line. Is that I'm not going to take a chance like that because I'm not that stupid to say, well, let's just see. If it works, great. And if it doesn't work, well, too bad. Better luck with the next kid. That's not how we're going to do it. I have a duty and responsibility towards my son. And I will do everything I can, as best I can, by under the eyes of God, to make sure that I fulfill that responsibility and I give him whatever he can, whatever he needs, as best I can. That's my job. And so when I come to this, I'm not coming randomly saying, you know what, we didn't like the schooling system and so, let's just hope this works. No. I come into this with confidence. I come into this with strength that I believe that this is the right choice. And so that question should never come up, inshallah. And if it is the wrong choice, then so be it. It is the wrong choice. But we did it with the right intention. And that was the circumstance. And that's the hand that he's been dealt by life. And you will have to live with that. And I will have to live with that. But we won't know until we do it. Isn't that right? I mean, you can't just sit in fear and say, again, everybody else is doing it. Nobody else is going to homeschooling. Everybody thinks you're a conspiracy theorist or a weirdo or whatever. And all these names come out. I can't let that stop me. If it's the right path for my son, for my family, within the eyes of God and the guidance of religion, then that is the path I will take, regardless of what people think, or regardless of what people criticize us of. I don't care. It doesn't matter, and it shouldn't matter to anybody. Anybody with true strength and confidence and understanding in who they are and what they should become, that shouldn't shake them at all. On the contrary, the more they go against you, the more it should give you strength that you are on the right path, because you can see, subhanAllah, today across the world that there's a massive negative philosophy that's going on. People are generally moving in a wrong direction in every aspect, whether it's a mindset, whether it's philosophy, financially, socially, it doesn't matter. There's just a negative mindset that's being spread across the world, and you can see more bad than good, unfortunately, right? That doesn't mean there's no good. There's a lot of good, but there's a lot of bad right now. And so if it means for me to divorce myself from a society that breeds such a mindset and such an environment of negativity and evil, then so be it. On the contrary, I embrace it. Give me the anti-society so that I don't have to become like this, inshallah, so that I don't have to get involved with such people and such a society. I'm not interested. And this is a story of Surah Al-Kahf, and we'll get into that in another time, inshallah. But it's beautiful. It should give you strength. And don't be afraid of making the wrong decision. So long as your intention is pure and you pray istikhara, you ask Allah for pure guidance in your decision, then there isn't anything wrong. This just means you are fulfilling the destiny that was preordained 50,000 years before the creation. So how can it be wrong? This was the path Allah chose for you. You just had to fulfill it. That's all.